Hey guys, what's up? Roger here, and welcome to 10 Mile Creations. Now, last night I did some serious homework on the different styles of Etsy sellers. Me just getting started, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm kind of all over the place. I really haven't found a particular thing that I want to do, and I just want to do a little bit of everything, and I think that really leads to failure. Like, in every instance I found successful Etsy sellers, they've drilled down to a niche market to some degree. So I've identified several different types of sellers. One is the trend chaser. Now, this one is a successful seller. I've actually seen multiple videos from a couple different sellers that are top percentage sellers on Etsy that are trend chasers. So these are people that know Fusion 360, they know how to design, but they use products like Everbee to track what is actually currently trending on Etsy. Then they design whatever that product is. It doesn't seem to matter what it is, as long as it is that driving or trending product. They create that and print it, and then they market it on Etsy. And I cannot stress enough, almost every one of these types of people use some degree of marketing. You just don't upload a product to Etsy and expect it to be seen. There's some type of marketing that has to be done. The trend chaser uses Etsy's advertising system to market their products. Plain and simple. So they're going to use something like Everbee. They're going to go look and say, hey, candle holders are trending right now. They go into Fusion 360. They design some stylish candle holders. They print them out. They take their photos. They put them on Etsy, and then they pay for ads to push those products toward the top of the results when people are searching for them. And this is it's a very successful method. There are several YouTubers that are doing this, and they are very upfront about what they do. And so you have to decide, are you that type of Etsy seller? Is that your type? So what's the next type? The next type is the self-promoter. So this is a guy that has a YouTube channel, or he has some type of following somewhere on the internet, and he is a maker, and he makes things. But he also needs a way to sell his products. So even though he creates products and then he puts them on Etsy for sale, he actually uses his social media to market those products. And he's not chasing what is popular on Etsy. He's actually building products and marketing directly to his following. So that's another one. I found a couple, but one in particular that stood out was like a woodworking shop that he picked up a 3D printer, and he started 3D printing solutions for his woodworking shop. And then he put those on Etsy because it's simple for him to just upload it on Etsy, offer multicolor, and then he uses his social media or his following to market those products. He doesn't take advantage of Etsy's advertising system, and he doesn't even really care what's trending on Etsy because he is creating kind of his own trend. And that one is pretty cool. This is a guy that produces his own products, markets his own products. He doesn't chase trends. That is kind of cool. The next one is essentially a printing service. Now, I've seen recently a video from a guy, my first 11 months in 3D printing, and he creates nothing. Absolutely nothing. He literally goes out on Maker World or Printables or whatever, and he sorts out the non-commercial, and then he picks up things that other people have created, and he is just essentially a printing service. So he takes other people's designs, he prints them, and then he sells them. Now, that marketing can vary. They can chase the trend and go out and try to find products that match that trending, or if they have a following, they can just go find prints or designs that other people have done. They can print those and then market them to their following. So there seems to be a mix. Some of them chase trends, some of them are just trying to blaze their own path, but they're not actually creating anything. They're just grabbing other people's files, printing them out, and then shipping and selling to their customers. And then the last one, believe it or not, is not really an Etsy seller at all. Okay, this is a person that sets up a YouTube channel, is talking about sharing their story of trying to create a 3D print business, but in reality, they're trying to build a YouTube audience. They're not really trying to create a business. They could care less if the business succeeds. What they're trying to do is use that subject to create an audience to build their YouTube. They can monetize their videos and make money off of those. So this is a person that's going to be perpetually in starting up business mode, right? They're never going to reach the point. They may accidentally create a business of some sort, but in reality, their real motivations were just to build a YouTube audience. They weren't really trying to, start a legitimate, Etsy business per se. Now, typically these are not designer people. These are not builders. These are not people that know Fusion. They just download models and then they print them and then they put them on social media, and they're just trying to build their social media. The business really isn't the primary focus. So I'm kind of going through all those. I really lean toward either one or two, like the trend chaser or the self-promoter. That is where I'm leaning. Both of these guys are designers. They use Fusion 360 or whatever format. They build their own products. The only real difference is one is not building a product that motivated him to build. He's following a trend. And the other one, he's building what he finds necessary to solve his own problems and then marketing them to people, right? So I feel like I don't want to be the print service guy. I did it. I downloaded an Apple Watch charger. I downloaded it. I printed it. I took photos. I put it on my Etsy, and I felt like shit ever since. I gave the designer attribution in the description, but I still feel crappy about it. So I'm not doing it. The only exception to that rule, I think, would be if I decide to market a product that I know full well I cannot design. Okay, I'm not artistic. If you want me to draw something, like when I do terrain for, guys, there's no way I can produce that terrain and it look good. I'm not an artist. I'm not. I'm more of a mechanical style person, so I want to build solutions based off a CAD drawing, not an artistic drawing. So if I do terrain, if I continue to do terrain, which I've done some, those are files that I probably will have to go out and purchase because I enjoy doing it, but I'm not capable of producing it. Everything else, I really focus on me wanting to produce it. I feel like I do. What that is exactly, that's the hard part, is drilling down to what is it that you're going to do, right? You can't be the yard sale of Etsy. Your Etsy can't just be a mashup of a bunch of garbage. It really needs to be focused, the best I can tell, it really needs to be focused on one subject. So if that's home decor and then stuff that falls within the realm of home decor, or shop tools and falls within that realm of shop tools. There's a lot of diverse products within those realms, but doing shop tools and home decor and fidget spinners and helmets and you name it and mixing it all up does not seem to be a winning formula. I cannot find a person that does that. I find a lot of sellers that produce toys, right? And I've actually found one that just openly admitted she hates producing dragons. She hates it, but they sell, so she has to continue doing it. Now, she herself is not a producer per se. She is a downloader of fidgets and little models and all that stuff. And so they don't actually produce the products they sell, but they still have a preferred product to sell, and dragons is actually not one of them, but it makes them money, so they can't exactly just walk away from it. And I get that. So I'm in a unique position where I don't have to make money. I don't have to. All right, I'm not in a position where my bills don't get paid if I don't make money. I'm doing this because there are things I want to do. And I think in reality, I have to decide what the hell that is. Like, what is it? What is it that you're going to do? You can't just take the approach of we'll throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. I don't think that's going to be the great approach. I think, honestly, I need to decide what it is I want to do, focus in on it, and then decide if I'm going to be a self-promoter, if I'm going to trend chase, what exactly am I going to do, and we'll go from there. So I'm curious about what kind of Etsy seller are you? Are you a downloader of files and printing them? Are you basically the print service? And I don't mean that in a negative way. Don't mean to down you in any way. If that's what you do, at the end of the day, if you make money, hell yeah, I'm happy for you. End of story. But are you the trend chaser? Do you try to stay up with Etsy trends? Are you the self-promoter? What do you do? I'm curious about what you guys do. Or are you one of those not even really a business guy anyway? You're just trying to build your YouTube account up so you can promote, get sponsorships. Let's be real. Almost every really successful 3D printing channel has sponsorships. These companies will reach out to them and say, hey, I want to send you a product. You use it. You don't even have to review it. Just use it so your viewership sees you using it. Or they may ask you to review it. There's several different things, and this is yet another way to make money. Now, ideally, think about it. If you're the trend chaser, you're getting sponsorships, you have a YouTube channel with a bunch of followers. These are multiple sources of income based off of one idea, 3D printing. And to me, it's pretty smart. So let me know what you do. I'm interested to hear your opinion. Just drop it in the comments below, and I'll get back to you.